This is a really peaceful place. It's so beautiful. Fish are jumping all around me. Every time I move the every time I move the camera, another fish jumps. They're jumping all around. Hi, Darla. Hey, Sherry. I had intended to make this show a members-only show, but now I see Sherry, and I'm glad I didn't, because she's not a member yet. Sherry, you need to become a member. It's so, so peaceful here. They keep jumping like right around here. Maybe it's right around here. Yes, you need to be a member, Sherry. Do you need help? Do you know how to do it? It's easy. Hi, Ted. Yeah, I don't like to think about winter coats. It's beautiful here. It was a gorgeous beach day. Let those fish jump. I hope you are enjoying your job. I've never been to Wisconsin. Sounds cold. Big shout out to my members. Yeah, so if you want to join my membership, it's easy. You just go to one of my live shows and look in the description, and then you click on where it says join my membership. That will take you to the, instructions on, you choose which tier you want. I have 3 tiers. T-I-E-R, that is. No tears. Oh, did you see that fish jump? There's something going on over there. They are jumping like crazy. Hmm. Sometimes it means there's bigger fish coming after them. It's beautiful. So, I have to keep playing old Ray videos, and I found one that was from 2020 at the the height of the Schmid, and Ray's sister had just died. And he was so upset about it. I mean, who wouldn't be? But really, it was he had two sisters, and one of them had already passed away. She was actually killed in an airplane explosion. And then his sister, who was taking care of him when he first got sick, and she passed away. So it was good that he had me. Let's look over here for fish. Keep your eyes out. Look for dolphins. Oh, and you know what's really cool? Look at the moon. That's pretty neat. I feel like dolphins are going to appear at any moment. It's just so gorgeous. I could hang out here all day long. It's hard to believe that there were the biggest waves and the water going crazy and the storm moving in and taking over this entire bay area. That was wild yesterday. It's hard to believe this beautiful, calm water was churning in whitecaps and actual waves. Yeah, it would be lovely if there would be some dolphins. I would really like that. It's just so quiet here. So serene. So beautiful. Oh, Darla, I was live during the storm. I was singing Amazing Grace and thinking I might die. No kidding. It was scary. I was getting concerned. We got our sun getting ready to set. I love the call of the seagulls. I love it. The live was called President Trump Makes Waves. And boy, I no sooner said that than it was a dang storm. It was a tornado. But that's what President Trump does. He makes waves. He is the storm. I wasn't kidding. And at the beginning of the video, I talk about what a real bad Florida storm is like. I talk about it and then it happens. Oh my. Oh, the beach report. So much happens on the beach report. It was yesterday, I believe. Yeah, it was Monday. And I didn't go anywhere because it was so windy and stormy out. It was scary. It was a good thing I didn't go anywhere. It was a really bad storm. It was like there were tornadoes. While I was on, Laura warned me that there was a tornado warning right in this area. It was creepy. It was scary, but I survived it, just like I always do. All right, well, I don't see any dolphins yet, but would you guys like to watch an old show of Ray teaching us? Ray has been teaching me some things that I never really quite understood before, or maybe I did, but I didn't realize how important it is when you are in the presence of men you don't know, and the things that they will do to make you feel uncomfortable. So this subject is, I think, really important for not just women to hear, but for men to hear too. This is a really important show, because there's a level of respect that I think needs to, sorry about the bad picture, needs to be shown for every human being, but especially for women who are alone, as I've been the last 5 years. And I am now. Living on my own in Fort Lauderdale, which is a very dangerous city. I know that. I was mugged twice already, attacked a couple times. I did okay, I survived it all, but then I've also been made very uncomfortable by men. And hi, Mikey. One of my friends who owns a store here in Fort Lauderdale, she was telling me, and she's a young woman in her mid-20s, late 20s, and she said that men will come in to the store and actually, for want of a better term, whip it out. Whip it out. So I was shocked and appalled by this. I had no idea that men would actually come into a place of business and, be total pigs, disgusting, to the point of, I think that that's assault, don't you?
It is, and it's illegal, and it's actually a felony to expose himself. More than else, when you're in private property, when you go inside anybody's business and you behave like that, you can get hurt by the person who owns the business, because that is too respectable. Even if you not decide to not do any action, just by calling the police, by being able to do,
taking action.
Exactly, that person can be prosecuted, and that person can be put it away. And plus, you don't want to have those people free in the society.
No.
That's the kind of people they actually can show support to a woman alone in the store. It's the same person they actually can do a lot more than that, and they can show to a kid, or they can do, I don't know. I believe that is actually a crime. It's a crime with consequence, because even after you pay for a crime like that, your life is going to be different. You're not allowed to be everywhere you want. You're not allowed to live anywhere you want, and you have to keep away from close to church and schools and places where there's a lot of kids. So sex offender is not somebody that offend a minor. Sex offender is just general, and that is an offense. Somebody coming and show his part. It really bothers me that somebody born in this country had no idea that this is actually a crime, and she maybe was afraid to not go forward with that because she maybe was not going to be believed by the police.
Right. Well, that's always a
I mean-
problem. It's always a problem for women. Are they going to believe me?
Well, when you're afraid, nothing can be done. You cannot be afraid of anything, and like I said, you have to be strong. And this is actually what you want to talk about today: how you have to treat the people with respect. But when I was growing up, my dad was always see the respect that he treat my mom. That is the biggest gift that he ever given to me, was the fact that I never see my mom crying or be uncomfortable or feel nervous for any action that my dad ever take. He never was late. He never was disappeared and not coming back the whole night. And believe me, the time that was together was not even cell phone. So to communicate, we didn't even have phone in the house for many, many years. But my dad always was in time. And I see my mom being so happy the entire life. But my dad always, it wasn't my dad hands, my education about that. He always told me, you remember, before you do respect a woman, you have to know that you're coming from a mother, you have a mother and you have sisters. And the same way you don't want anybody to respect your mom or your sister, you have to treat every woman with respect, okay? So, what is the problem? What I see happens over and over and over. Sometimes women, they actually allow men to come in too close, and men, which they a bunch of ones bad, like it's bad women too, they actually
Or both.
they realize that they take advantage to actually break in your space, your own space. And really that bothers me, because I'm put her an example how that work. Me and her, we have a relation, and even like that, I have to respect her space. I'm never going to be, even when I'm allowed by her, I'm never going to be like, right on top of her, always talk to her in the face, or when she's doing her show, trying to go like, I hear, hey, I have something to say, or let me tell you something about her, pointing with my finger like I'm right now in charge of this, I had to treat her with respect, including all the space. And actually, we sit over here a little bit more close than normal because that is a format in the phone. So we have to be close to be able to. But otherwise, when we sit and have fun, we're not sitting one on top of the other one. More than else in public place, we have to respect that. And a lot of times she asks me for a kiss, and I give her the kiss with the same passion that I give it to her, but in the forehead, not in the mouth in front of people, because I don't like to respect that. I don't want to make anybody comfortable or make anybody to feel, respectable. So actually, I believe that space is something that you have to learn to how to. If you're a woman, nobody can break that space. Nobody that you don't want to. So when this happens, you have to be strong and you have to treat the person, with decision. Like if the person is coming real nice to you, and it says, like for example, excuse me, can I see what you're doing over here? And coming way too close, is the time that you have to say, excuse me, yeah, I can show you, but can you back up a little bit? It's technique, it's a way that you not allow this person. Sometimes men actually use the fact that maybe in a bar with a lot of music, and they coming and they talk to you in the ear like that.
Yes.
Hey, what about this and that?
Yeah.
You want to have a drink?
It's very uncomfortable.
When you do that, when
Yeah.
you allow, the woman, and you allow to do that, you taking the risk, then maybe people, they can be the one that's saving your life around in a moment that something bad happened. Then I realize that this man is actually not with you. So if you allow me to every time I want to say something, hey, you want a drink? And you want another drink? And I do that, and you sitting in the other side, you don't know, hey, when I'm doing that, I'm kissing her, or I'm telling her something. So that is the time that I can use a knife, and I'm coming over here and put the knife and say, you know what, give me all the money that you have, and you better not talk, or you pretend, or you walk out with me. And what people think, they're like, you already together, you allow that happen. So when somebody do that to you, from the beginning, you have to say, listen, if you want to talk to me, we have to go to a place where we can talk, but don't get close to me like that. respect my space. Okay, there's many reasons for that. Right now, we're going through a disease that can be transferred, so don't allow anybody to talk on top of you or talk on top of your face. It's not a good thing to do. But more than else for that, when the person is coming to you and they're coming and they respect you, taking your space is respectable already. You don't want that person around you already. Okay? Well, the best thing, let's go to give you a chance. Let's see how he behaves. So you tell him. And you say, listen, stay in your space, respect my space, let's keep the distance. I don't want you to be on top of me. And this person say, I'm sorry, I not realized that, Normally, what I do, I never do that, but if I had to do that, I'm backing up and I say, I'm sorry about that. I wasn't trying to make you comfortable. I'm promising I'll not do it again. Now, if the person get nasty and say, oh, what is wrong with you? I just trying to talk to you or whatever, that's when you get even more nasty.
Yeah.
Not down.
Right.
And if we continue, that's where you look for help. Hey, and you scream, and everybody's going to pay attention to you.
Exactly.
Okay? So don't be under ever. I worked with customer service for 35 years of my life. And every 1,000 person they come in to watch my show, and every 1,000 people they say, thank you for your show, that was wonderful, learned something good today. One person give it to you, they want to give it to you a hard time. I don't know what's wrong with that person, but that has happened anywhere that you work with customer service, you had at least one in 1,000.
Exactly.
They come into you and give you a hard time.
Yeah.
And I learned myself for the years experience, if you're trying to be very polite and very nice, you start from the bottom. But if you let that person, you say, oh, I'm sorry. Like, for example, I'm going to put it this way. One day I was doing a show, and this guy in the back, he was trying to translate everything that I'm saying to the point that I cannot even hear myself. He was doing an own show, just telling the people in French when I was saying English, okay? So it went to the point, and trying to hold the most I can, but I went to the point and say, sir, I'm sorry, but I cannot really do the show like that. I'm waiting for you to finish to do my presentation. And he told me, well, what about you speaking in French? Because these people over here, they're from Canada, and they don't understand anything. And I said, you know what? I don't speak French, but we have people that speak French at the park, and maybe we can arrest that if you ask me for the beginning. But remember one thing, we in America, we in United States of America,
That's right.
and the language over here is English. It's not my first language.
Now it's official.
But I'm learned enough to do my shows in English so I can make a living in this country. So when you come to this country, you have to know that not everything is going to be offered to you. It's going to be in your language. Otherwise, go to French. Go in countries where they only speak French so you can be comfortable if you don't like that.
Exactly.
And he was like, oh my God, and everybody that was in front of him, they applaud me for what I'm saying, so I feel real good. But the thing is, if I was going different, I'd say, oh, I'm sorry. If you go down, when people, they're acting like that and acting nasty or starting to screaming on you,
This is
or whatever,
great advice,
if you go
ladies.
low, they go on top
And
of
men.
you and on top of you. And that is a human behavior.
Yeah.
Okay, we got even that from the animals. Okay, so you cannot show people that you actually are fragile, that you can actually you weak. You cannot show that to people.
Never show
in
weakness.
any situation, more than anything else, in somebody that you don't know. You have to be strong from the beginning. If the person behaves and the person go to another level lower, you go down too. If the person go high, you go higher than that. To the point if you have to scream or whatever you have to do. But when you allow somebody to break in your space, okay, in your space, and you allow that to happen, you have a lot of chance to lose everything, to lose the first battle just by leaving. So everybody has to stay away. Everybody has to be separate enough, and give the people space for respect. Somebody that doesn't respect you from the beginning, you want to have a relation with that person, you want to be a friend with that person, you want to have any kind of relation with somebody from the beginning that don't know how to respect you, just think about it. So that's what I have to say for now. If you have any questions, we can join in about that.
Well, just to, as some of you guys pointed out, so this is how Joe Biden gets away with molesting young women and children.
That is one example. I was not even thinking about that.
Yeah, well, that's what somebody just pointed out,
Okay.
and you're so right. So this translates especially to people who have some modicum of power, And, you know, this man was vice president of the United States. He will never be president, by the way.
Unfortunately.
Just saying. But
Stolen
when
election.
he was vice president of the United States, you can see on C-SPAN him taking advantage of the fact that he has power.
This was
And what
4
he
years
does
ago.
with that is he pulls little girls into pictures with the family, and he'll focus on a child, on a little girl.
true.
And he'll,
Predator.
you know, rub her shoulders, and he'll pull her hair back, and he'll snuggle her neck. You can see these kids are really uncomfortable.
I make
but-
you uncomfortable too, just by
Yeah,
seeing
it
that.
is,
I
yeah.
feel so uncomfortable every time I see him doing that. That when I feel it's like get up and knock it down. Okay,
Right.
that is exactly what I feel. I had no idea how these parents they don't say something in public,
Exactly.
and that can be one time. If somebody's standing up and say, "What the hell you doing touching my girl when she don't want to be touched?" in public, you don't have to do that. That man, it can be destroyed. He never do that in public or anywhere alone again. So that is the only thing to take.
And
you know?
so, what do you attribute to the fact that these parents just stare at the camera like robots? Everybody's uncomfortable. The child's uncomfortable. The parents are giving uncomfortable glances, but they don't dare make a move because they're in front of a camera, number one. Number two, they're standing with the Vice President of the United States who is abusing his power by doing this and knowing that everybody's uncomfortable. Don't tell me he doesn't know what he's doing. I think it's a total power play. What do you think?
Well, I'm not even, you know, I mean, I hate to say this, but in the Asiatic countries, Japan and stuff like that, a lot of men do this, you know, in public place. They touch young girls because they're not allowed to protest. And they go to the point, and like Metro Rail, whatever, they touch the girls, and these girls have been touched and have fingers in and out and do anything,
Oh.
you know, and they not even protest, you know, and they've been raped. That is raping somebody.
Yes, it
okay?
is.
When you have any kind of penetration, they don't matter. This woman that feel raped, these young girls that feel raped, and this is the girls that are going to be growing with some bloody trauma and dramas in her mind because, you know, they've been raped from little girls and nobody ever do nothing. But one time we adults, we had the right to protect ourselves. And we started with that, the space. Nobody is allowed to touch you. You can dance with somebody, you know, all night, and that person has to treat you with respect. And the way you're expecting that, you know, when I dance with somebody that I don't know, a girl that I don't know, the way I dance with that person is the same way that I dance with my mom or with my sister. There's nothing in my mind that I'm trying to touch it or whatever. If I have something to say to that girl, I would prefer to happen after the dance, you know. If that person is interested in you, always going to give it to you a chance. Get the don't use that. A lot of people think, oh, this girl allowed me to dance because she don't have a dirty mind, and the guy with a dirty mind just think, oh, she allowed me to dance with her. She wants something more than that, and that is not like that. And everybody over here know that is the truth. That is exactly what it is. No, any woman can dance with anybody was not thinking in sexual thing. Okay? Now, a lot of men, every time, 90% of the men, every time they dance with a woman, they think they might have a chance because it was accepted already to be close. And normally, that's what happened. We break in that space when we dance, so that is an opportunity a lot of people use. Okay? But we know, even like that, we have to be treated with respect. More than anything else, you know, when you talk, when you do whatever you do, you know, if you see somebody, they do that, I'm going back to that same thing, that person does not know the manners to actually handle himself, you know, and break somebody else's space, that person, they don't have to be 3 nights from the beginning. You have to stop it. And you maybe educate, maybe they realize, maybe they're a
Teach
little bit
them.
drunk and they react. Because you know what? Even drunk people react when they've been drinking strong. Or what I'm pretty sure you know, when people have been drinking and they get pulled over by a police officer, the whole everything is going away right away because they know the consequence.
Right.
So they can be drunk and you still strong within and you put it in his place, they're going to react the best way. And if it's not, well, we keep going over, we have a problem.
Time
It's
to call
better,
the
it's
police.
better to take care of the problem from the beginning and not too late. So
Yeah.
that's what I think.
Actually, yeah, and somebody pointed out too that the only time that Joe Biden was actually caught doing what he was doing or actually reprimanded was Jeff Sessions slapped his hand away when he touched his granddaughter.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
Jeff Sessions was the only person who ever slapped his hand away, I believe. I don't know of anybody else doing it, but I know that he did it, and somebody mentioned it here. So that's a real thing. But, you know, the other thing that I think is really tragic is that when you watch these videos of Biden touching these little girls, the little girls are at the mercy of everybody. You know, they're being taught now that they have to accept this kind of behavior from a powerful man. You know, that's the worst thing, is that there they are, standing in front of a camera. Everybody sees what's happening to them, and they just got to suck it up and deal with it.
Exactly.
Which I think is the most tragic part of everything.
Welcome back,
there.
girl.
So,
Cooking
I
Light
think that
Ray.
women being raised to believe that, you know, you have to be nice to a man, or you have to put up with behavior that you don't like because you don't want to be called a bitch, or you don't want to be seen as, you know, a prude or whatever. That's how they do it. That's how they try to convince you that it's okay. Because you have learned from a young age, and I admit that I learned from a young age that I should be nice to people. I mean, that's how I was raised, and
how it is
men
for
have been
women.
very inappropriate with me many times, and now I'm almost like, bring it on, boys. After Ray gets done with me, you're gonna be sorry you ever messed with me. But in the past, and then not too distant past, I think that you guys saw that guy saying
even
that
worse
he
now.
wanted me to go to Kentucky and putting his finger in my face, and, you know, oh, I'll get you a hotel room, or, you know, you can pick glasses. I mean, it was very disrespectful. And I don't always really realize that, you know, this is a kind of a situation.
I got the feeling that he not realized how disrespectful he was. But we have signals, you know, like we do stuff like when we point somebody, you know, with a finger. Well, we do that. Well, we go like you, you know. That is something. It's like trying to tell the person. I don't know the word, but it's like a feeling like you want it. Your word is the last word.
I'm not
You know,
going
you
to
have
say
do
that
what I
word
tell you
either.
when you use the finger. Actually, some people, you know, like I use my hands a lot when I walk, when I talk. It happens too with our president. He uses the hands a lot too.
Yeah, by the way, I
So-
just tossed a troll into the ocean. Bye-bye, splash. Well, yeah,
So,
for saying that Trump is a rapist.
Oh, you say that?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay,
Sorry to
so-
interrupt you, babe.
No, it's fine.
No. Troll alert, exactly.
So the thing is, you know, I believe maybe this guy wants to offer to her something. Maybe he feel. I don't
All
know,
right.
that he
Well,
can
this
maybe
was
help her,
another
okay?
situation. Anyway, now we're back on the water. So I just wanted to do that show as a replay. I think Ray had really good advice for all women. Don't let strange men get close to you if you don't know them and you don't know anybody else. Wherever you are, they'll make it look like you do know them. That would be bad. Anyway, look how beautiful, but no dolphins. Just fish jumping out of the water every here and there. Little dancing fishies. And a sunset. It's sunset time. Well, the fish. Where are the dolphins? Oh, I sleep great like always. You guys want to see something cool? So I bought this hair thingy at the Juno Beach Art Fair. This. And this is the first time I've really put it in myself. And when you take it out, you're supposed to have really curly hair. So let's see. Let's see how it worked. I took it out before, but this time I did it by myself. I should have luxurious curls. I have a lot of hair. Oh my. Yep. It works. What do you think? Winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go hang out with my sister now. But I just wanted to share this beautiful sunset with you, which has basically gone downtown, Judy Brown, as well as one of my past shows with my darling Ray. All right, you guys, I hope you have a very good evening. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and we'll see you tomorrow. I am going to, thank you, Sherry. I'm going to try super, super hard to get up early, even earlier than I did today. So we're going to see the sunset from the very the sunrise from the very beginning. What do you think about that? Would you like to see that? This sky turns this gorgeous, gorgeous shade of orange as the sun starts to come up. It's amazing. So thank you. Yes, I love the curls. Worked out really well, huh? just from this thing. How fun is that? Yeah, I like it. I like it. All right, you guys. I will see you on the next beach report. Until then, have a wonderful rest of your evening. Ciao for now. Yes, 7 a.m. That's right, that's when it starts. All right, see you guys tomorrow morning, hopefully. I make no promises, you never know. But I'm gonna try to do it 2 days in a row.